here we are kickstarting inside of Bermuda already. We're seeing all our teams taking flight in towards their respective region. There's going to be a whole flock of crowd coming in towards the south central side itself. Well, there's going to be Cape Town up for grabs with a whole lot of loots out there. But you can see that Peak is left absolutely empty. And here we have your favorite team, BTS, already on the duke out with RRQ Hades.
This is actually very scary because for everyone that tuned in to the play-ins last weekend, RRQ is a really aggressive team. The way that they played their first 3 matches, they were pretty much hunting down teams, and every time they were hunting down teams, they knocked out the entire squad. Or I think the most survivors you would have is 1. Luckily for Burst the Sky, I don't believe they're going to be running into any crossfire with RRQ. They actually just decided to leave the vicinity, so they're going to have to try and loot elsewhere, but this will delay Burst the Sky's opening.
Yeah, I gotta say that they're not really looking to contest in the initial stage, but as for the side of the Knights, they are really in close proximity against the likes of V Gaming, where Crazy is all alone, but it seems to be that he's managed to be able to send the rest of the Knights out of the way, so that's good going for the Vietnamese squad so far. Now, already having some weaponry in hand, they might be able to actually go in for some long-range tabs, but that Clubs and the rest of them, they will not seem to pursue the sort of issue much further.
Yeah, we still have RRQ Hades to continue looting in that vicinity. GeekFam is nearby, and I do believe Apis, he's actually looting away from his team, maybe trying to get some scouting vision to see if they can maybe spot any other squad members from opposing squads in any nearby vicinities. But it seems like for now, everyone's playing in the dark. They don't quite know where everyone is, so I don't think we're going to be seeing any early game action as of yet. I was actually quite surprised during those first 2 drops where we saw a couple of squads pretty much land in the same area. They decided to just leave in a truce. They didn't even want to open fire. They decided that we're just going to forfeit this zone. You guys can have it. We're going to go loot elsewhere. This is the first game of the day.
Yeah, I gotta say that there's a whole lot of respect given, and also for the fact that if they drop out way too early, they don't really garner much points at all. Like, maybe you might block away with 2 points for a kill, but that's not really worth the risk. You want to maximize your potential by the very end. And over on the south side, we do see EV Thailand already trying to scout out over on towards the islands, over on towards the corner, and I'm not too sure what will possibly come out of this, as they are still setting up here, as they're potentially gatekeeping another team right across. Gotta see who's right over on towards the shores itself. Now, going in with the Thompson, and Gaga's just going to be running all the way across. A couple of shots already being fired up, and this signals some warning towards the side of KOG.
That's going to be a little unfortunate because I do believe he just wanted to quickly heal himself. Tong has taken a little bit of damage, but because he shot the ground, that did reveal his positioning, and he's practically right under King of Gamers.
Oh boy, speaking of that. This is going to be the first blood coming in from Osaka 77. What a great opening coming in from them, and I gotta say, Knights, they have been running out and about, and they finally pay the price. But over on towards the central area here, we're looking at the side of TG, already on the engagement here against House of Blood. This is the battle we've been talking about, India versus Pakistan, and now we're already having Kai already being knocked down on the ground. Gunshot here, trying to look for a little bit of cover, and Haha tries to actually pull them off from the compounds, but gonna be having a glue wall to be able to defend himself for the temporary measure. Now they'll go back in towards the corners of Peak, but this battle is gonna be a long bout between the two of them.
Yeah, it seemed to be a little bit more favorable for the opposing squad, so I think House of Blood actually retreating to try and find better cover themselves was the smarter choice rather than trying to fight in that open zone. Luckily, no one did drop for either squad, so both teams are still rocking all 4 members. I don't believe... Oh, we do have... Oh, yeah, we had that 1 casualty from Knight, but we could be seeing some more casualties very soon because we're actually going to be seeing EXP versus GeekFam. They're actually hiding under the danger zone, waiting for it to pretty much disappear. I don't know if they have vision of each other as of yet. It doesn't seem like they do. So they're probably just waiting before they can relocate.
They might have actually received a little bit of information, but with them being right smack in the danger zone, this is going to be relatively interesting. They can't really exit out of all these sort of the compounds for the moment, but now that the coast is clear, they might be resuming some of all these sort of action, but with that, there's still quite a number of distance as well as the terrain's actually giving them just about enough cover. Now, only having very little sort of the kill rates coming in towards the early phase, you can definitely see that they really want to read the gameplay coming in from each respective teams that they are fighting against. And even for the likes of House of Blood, they have been able to stash in their very first kill of the game in the form of Kai with that really nice pixel shot from across the corners.
Ooh, House of Blood might be having a small party here as King of Gamers are actually going to make themselves known by planting themselves in that little house right next to House of Blood. I believe they might be just checking to see if someone might be in the building, but it's going to be clear. At least they'll be able to continue to loot that building. But House of Blood is there. Do you think they have vision?
House of Blood might not really get the full view out of it unless if Kai actually does his scouting duties right down below, but King of Gamers is going to be sandwiching them in between the likes of TG as well, so more troubles ahead for the Pakistani side.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the position for House of Blood as well, because being that spread out as a squad, if Kai does end up dropping, they don't have anyone nearby to potentially get a res on him, so yeah, if anything kind of goes wrong here for House of Blood, it could go badly, but for now it seems like no one's going to be open firing. It's just still truce. Everyone is still at peace.
Yeah, I could definitely see that most of the teams have pretty same idea where they just really want to locate themselves in towards the most optimal location. We really want to see the initial circle where we would be at, but Phoenix Back to Street seems to be the place. Oh, RRQ with quite an opening from a distance, and now the catch on towards BTS. They do lose one, and they're already on the run. What a shot coming from Chanzu as well as Legolov, and that's 2 pointers. Or should I say 4 pointers as they've secured 2 kills.
Oh, that was such a beautiful engage into that choke point, because where could you really go if you're burst the sky? If you were basically stuck on that bridge, you either have to commit to the bridge, accept the losses, or try and turn around and retaliate. So Burst the Sky, they do survive with 2 members, but this is really going to hurt them going into that late game because, of course, having 4 members, it's a lot easier to watch your back. But just with the 2 of them, they might have to play a little bit more passively, less Burst the Sky as I would say.
Yeah, I gotta say exactly the same as well. And playing inside of the Sentosa side is always a little bit tricky for you to exit out of the island. And now, seems like we do have a full commitment coming from the side of House of Blood alongside with King of Gamers. And now, with that commencing, that is going to be running across the street, but he will be caught out, and this will be a close part of fight here. Toyotaha wins out the shotguns, and he tries to pop them off, but he do get a little bit more cover, and a Geppo that will be able to finish off the kill over on towards Kai. Now, a little bit of flashbang coming out, and oh! One more big shot coming out from this will be House of Blood getting absolutely demolished in the early stage of the game. I'm not too sure if that was the right move to be rushing towards the side of King of Gamers, but it was too dangerous of a pursuit.
It was very ballsy of them to run at a team such as King of Gamers, because positioning-wise, King of Gamers, they had themselves spread outside the house, and I have to say that balcony play was fantastic, because if you actually looked at how high King of Gamers were up on that balcony, there was actually no good angle for House of Blood to actually try and retaliate. So they got picked off one by one, and I'm not sure if House of Gamers were relying on the shotgun play, because they came in with short-range weapons, and you're playing against a team that's more than ready to fight long-range.
Yeah, perhaps they didn't really receive full information that it was a full squad of KOG members right inside it. And House of Blood, they came from that same direction where they met up with the likes of TG up on towards Peak, but once they fall back, that's where it really bites them from behind. And here comes a couple of glue walls being popped up already. Heavy's going to be going in with a little bit of the taps. A couple of nades already being popped towards the side of Caramel. But Toy-san is going to be defending this territory by himself. Over on towards the left flank. Tampa, though, got an AK in hand. A really nice shot across the corner. And my goodness, this is going to be giving them a little bit of an advantage here against EXP.
Here comes Poongod though. Now remember Poongod, he is the top sniper on the side of EXP. So let's see if he's able to retaliate for his team. They do get the drop off onto Panda and someone's going to have to res on the side of Heavy. But do they have a good position to get that res off? Because Poongod, he is still there. He's actually looking to finish off Panda. Keeps on going. Oh no, Heavy, they've actually got to retaliate now. Two of Heavy have gone down. It's all up to Tampa and Kim Chong. Are they going to try to get the res off? No! Third person to go down. It's all down to Kim Chong. Is he going to leave? Is he going to try and turn? It looks like for now he's going to say, guys, I'm so sorry, but we need these placements. But look at EXP. Oh, the shotgun play. They did get the drop, but that's going to be it. Heavy is out.
What an explosive battle between these two Titans here. And EXP gets a clean sweep. 4 kills in the back. And I didn't really expect them to be able to recover, especially when they had that knock much early on. But they were really hammered down the likes of Heavy. And with that, it's a really huge point lead. But here comes Evo's ID. They are marching right in. They heard all the gunshots and they want in on the action as well. Savage will be running around and he will be caught up eventually. EXP, they're doing it!
Oh, it looks like they might make it happen after all. Evils, they tried to come in, they wanted to vulture, they wanted to pick off a potentially weak team, but now it's all up to Street. He's got Avo on the ground, but he needs to win this 1-on-1. Can he do it? His teammates are all down. Street, what's the play? Can he get shots in? The glue walls play. Caramel. Can Caramel do it? Oh, he gets the play! Caramel is dead! Street, the last survivor. His whole team is dead. But I have to say, I think at this rate, it's all worth it.
It was beauty in all of the chaos, but was it worth it though for the side of Evo's ID? And
I think
they lost all their comrades and now only with one, but thankfully, Street, they made the right call. They were just hiding by the corners of the glue wall. And imagine this, if the likes of EXP actually gets that shutdown, that's 8 kills in the back and, well, close enough for that booyah.
That was a insane open fight. That was basically just a game of glue walls.
Yeah, it was a bloodbath and, man, they were just stacking it all up and, oh boy, I don't think that any of these teams from either sides did expect them to be able to respond so well.
Definitely not.
This is where it's just insane reactions coming in. But here comes Geek Fam. Haven't really gotten their first frag of the moment, but they're hoping to actually get one. And it seems like they will be able to stock themselves up really well. And Hazik possibly will be calling in for his teammates to be getting all these great loots that's coming up in the year. And the great news is that they are going to be circulating around the corners of Peak. So with that, they could also play a little bit of gatekeeping instead of moving directly in towards the center. And speaking of the center, it's EVTH already smack right in the middle and ready to take up fights.
Yeah, and the circle is starting to run out of space. If you take a look at how many teams that are still alive, we've still got 9 teams, 29 players alive, and already from the top down view, we could see that teams are running out of space. Eventually, they're just going to have to start contesting for better positions. Of course, it looks like Burst the Sky might run right into night. Both squads do have 2 members, so they could be looking at an even engagement, but I don't believe they're aware of each other's position. So instead, they're going to try and make themselves nice and cozy in that safe zone and hopefully try and push themselves further into that late game.
Yeah, and over on towards the later stages, I gotta say that the glue walls have to be saved up for only vital moments, especially with Peak having some flat grounds over at the top itself. This is gonna be a little bit concerning. Oh,
Street's actually shots are being fired. Is there shots being fired at Street, or is he shooting? He's fighting with somebody.
I don't think that he should be getting in towards any sort of engagement, judging for the fact that he's the sole unit alive for the side of Evos at the moment, and well, I'm pretty sure that they're happy with the sort of the team fight that they had much early on, but we still have 9 teams on the board here inside of Bermuda, so
it is so quiet.
Yeah, they really got to play it slow. But, oh, BDS going in for another one.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to be contesting for a... Well, trying to get some cover for themselves. They've got to actually take out Total Gaming if they want this. They're only left with Theo and Condom. Let's see if they're able to take out this squad and secure this vicinity for themselves. They're at a player disadvantage. Only 2 of them. Theo, he is actually trying to make some plays happen, but unfortunately he's all alone. Oh, they get a beautiful grenade shot. Actually, let's drop one of the players on this side. Oh, but this is all up to Condemn now, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to fight against 3 players by himself.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but with a lot of all these area of play within these walls, it's
King
still
of
a little bit
Gamers?
of possibilities. But, oh, KOG getting multiple range of action coming from RQ Hades, and over the back, that's going to be TG members backstabbing the likes of RQ as well. They got to go on the lookout here. Leglop getting chipped up to 12 HP, and he'll be knocked out. My goodness me. And this is where things really get rowdy. The zone already shrunk all the way in towards the south. KOG and O'Connor trying to make himself alive, but he could not make it out. RQ Hades makes it at 6th spot. Evil's ID won't be coming in 5th and 4th place. Well, teams just dropped like flies. We couldn't really catch everything at that moment, but now with only 3 teams remaining, it's VGM, GeekFam, as well as King of Gamers.
Contra, all of these teams have 4 members alive, so we are actually going to be looking at a 12-player battle royale now to try and get this 1st place. So far, V Gaming, they have 0 kills on the board, so if they can get a booyah, this will bolster their point system for now. I don't believe GeekFam have too many points themselves, so a lot of these teams are actually survived until this final zone and not sitting on any points.
Exactly, and they really have to be wary of their current status here, and GeekFam is just by the corners of the
Oh, we got a drop.
satellite tower.
How's
And,
he
oh
actually
my,
got
fire in the hole!
Oh, look at Osaka's positioning. He's actually trying to backstab GeekFam.
And it seems like GeekFam's looking pretty depleted right now. It seems like both of the teams are trying to pincer them up with only 1 member remaining, and seems like for the likes of King of Gamers, they do have the high ground advantage, and Bitsu tries to go in for a push as well, running a little bit quicker with the katana. Now with a couple more glue walls intact, GeekFam with the only lone unit by the back, they will try to survive it all. Double kill coming in as well. 3 kills. Make it 4 for the side of V Gaming. They might just actually walk away with a booyah right now. Just looking for the Osaka 77. He's dropping in the nades as well. And with that last couple of sprays, and this will be it. The booyah going in the hands of the Vietnamese side. It will be V Gaming coming in hot with the perfect win.
What a beautiful